Welcome to the Life of Being podcast, where we talk about all things life from a healthcare perspective all around the world. I'm Kelly Tan, and in today's episode, we are joined by an exceptional guest. We have Dr. Renita Rasmann. Dr. Renita is a chiropractor from Estonia who primarily lives and practices in Italy while also maintaining a practice in her home country. After moving to Italy, she quickly integrated into the community, learning the language in just 4 months and establishing her own practice. She's a sports chiropractor with international experience, having worked with athletes from across the globe at various European and World Championships. Most recently, she was part of the chiropractic team at the World Games 2025 in Chengdu, China. Passionate about her profession, Dr. Renita is dedicated to helping people perform at their best and live healthier lives. She strongly believes that regular chiropractic care is essential for maintaining the body's balance, supporting recovery, and promoting overall well-being for everyone, not just athletes. Dr. Renita, welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone.
I want to start this show by saying, till this day, I'm amazed by how everything connects to a full circle. Because when I was in my final year in university, is it fiance or husband now?
Fiance.
Okay, her fiance, Dr. Fabrizio, was one of my senior, and then he is really knowledgeable. He helps a lot with the juniors and everything. And then after graduating, it's Dr. Renita now guiding me since I just came out from like a baby. I remember that I was shadowing you when I was doing the observation in Liverpool, and as I mentioned to you earlier just now, you're one of the reason why I also said yes to working in Liverpool. So thank you so much.
Thank you for your very, very kind words.
For those who may not know you, tell us who is Dr. Renita.
I am a woman from Estonia who now works in Italy. I am a chiropractor. I'm a daughter. I'm a fiance. I'm a friend. Like, I really share this view of nothing in that we are our soul, where I am Renita.
A woman of you're a human being.
Yes.
Why did you decide to study and pursue chiropractic? Because when I was graduating and shadowing you, you're one of the person who is so certain with chiropractic and so passionate with chiropractic. Because it's not just what I say, but even the sports therapist in Liverpool was saying that, like, Dr. Renita is like one of the most passionate chiropractors they've seen. So, like, what made you decided to pursue that?
It's an interesting story because I was a triathlete, so I used to train a lot. And at some point, my knee started hurting. I was about 15 years old back then. Before that injury, actually, I always knew that I want to in the future I would like to help people in some ways. So I always knew that I would like to connect somehow helping people and also sport because I was really, really into sport. So at that time, I actually thought about going to study physiotherapy because I had never heard of chiropractic. So then I was 15 years old. I had this knee injury. I went to my team. I went to many different doctors, finally to one orthopedic who decided to do a surgery. Obviously, being 15 years old, not knowing anything about anatomy. So he just did the doctor and I got the surgery done. And to be honest, my knee didn't get any better. And so I wasn't able to still train. I didn't know what to do. And in Estonia, at that time, there were only 5 chiropractors. And one of my friends was dating one of the chiropractors. So my friend told me, why don't you go and see this chiropractor? And I asked, what is chiropractic? What is it? But I went. And I think after 2 or 3 sessions, I was fine. Like everything was functioning very well. My knee pain went away. Back then, it was, always thought about the pain, let's say. And not chiropractic is only about pain, but back then, I realized that I don't have pain anymore. And the light bulb effect was like, this is what I want to do in the future. Felt like now thinking back to it, I truly think that it was a call because I really felt that I want to go and I want to study it. And I started looking into where to study. And I understood that in Estonia, it's not possible to study it because obviously back then there were 5 chiropractors. Now with me, there are 8 chiropractors and I'm the one who works in Estonia once in every 2 months. So there are only 7 chiropractors in this because it's really not non-professional at all. So I started looking into where to study it, and I realized that the United Kingdom is going to be probably the only option. To be honest, back then, like, I didn't know about the universities in the United States, just because the program through which I asked them, let's say, consultations, they only were collaborating with universities in Europe. Then I saw that, okay, it's possible to study in the UK, and over there people speak in English. I started with the applications over there. But it's interesting because thinking back to it, because I was still 18 when I was doing my applications, going to study in a country. Like, I had been to the UK, but I had only been to London. But obviously I studied here, never been to Wales.
It's so different though.
And I was really like and in Estonia, we say a person is very like a home chicken. So I liked being in Estonia. I liked my life over there.
You like your home, you don't want to be outside like us in the world.
And I was actually also in a relationship back then. But even though there were all those points, I still felt that I need to go. I need to do it. So before I realized it was September, I was with my 2 suitcases in the airport, crying, or my friends crying, like a lot of crying. And I went, took the plane to go to Wales to study chiropractic. I think it's been the best decision in my life because it has really brought me somewhere where I am now that I'm very happy. So
That's like,
yeah, I'm truly, it's really I'm very glad for this knee injury and for the fact that surgery did not go well, because thanks to this, I found my journey, which I'm very glad about.
and that's like from you found out, like, and then now your journey in terms of the UK, and then you're doing lots of sports with FICS, and then you're working in Italy, and then going to Estonia. So you're literally traveling all over for chiropractic and for yourself, of course.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I'm very fortunate with FICS, which is the International Federation of Sports Chiropractic. For people who don't know, I am I am a sports chiropractor, and I get the opportunity to go and work abroad in different world championships, European championships. Now, a few weeks ago, I came back from World Games. So, yes, it is. It is very, very interesting.
Yeah, and tell us about how is the fixed journey for you in terms of what, obviously, is that you mentioned that sports is something that you love, and that's why you're in want to help people in sports, and that's why you're in sports chiropractor. So everything like seems to be going according to what your direction. And is that like in plan in mind, like, okay, I want to be like sports related and then fix, and then like traveling around the world, helping athletes, making sure they have access to chiropractic care, or is everything playing in your mind as what you've planned, or?
No, to be honest, I I wouldn't not like I wouldn't say that I have everything planned in my mind as such. Like, I'm reading the phase of my life where I'm really trusting the process. I'm just seeing where the journey takes me. I love sports chiropractic. I love helping athletes because I can truly, truly see the difference that a chiropractic adjustment makes in the body of an athlete and in their performance. So it is truly incredible. Uh, but I don't see myself, I think, traveling all the time with athletes because I really love also working working in the clinic with we're working locally. Um, let's say 2-3 years ago, I was really, really into traveling, into going around. I still really like it, but now that I'm owning my own practice,
Yes.
it is not that easy to go and travel all the time because obviously where I work, uh, around me, there are only just an area. And as last mentioned, is my fiance, and very often we do the events together because also he's a sports chiropractor. So there aren't many people who could cover us. So For example, what happened now with the World Games was that we were not able to work for more than 2 weeks. My heart really breaks for the people who don't get their adjustments 2 weeks in the beginning of the care is we need to help them as much as possible. So yeah, I think I really like the way how it is balanced right now that I go to different events like 2 or 3 times a year. I do an event. I do some local events mutually. Then I just for weekend getaways, and it's a good balance. So this exactly. Also because as I mentioned before, I have my practice also back in Estonia. So at least once in every
2 months, is it? Yeah.
I go back to Estonia as well. So in the end, if you do too many events on TRIA, finally you're basically living nothing there in the place.
Like for those who don't know, Dr. Renita is when I first saw her and she was in a second year or something, and she's literally everywhere, every weekend. She's like doof 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 when she's back in the UK, and then now she's having her own practice. She's still doing a lot of intense work to help athletes and the event to make it sure that everyone has access to chiropractic care. So it's just amazing to see how much dedication and commitment you've put into sports chiropractic. So I'm sure the athletes is very thankful to have you.
Yeah, they are. The athletes themselves, most of the time, are the athletes the ones that are very great at realize the difference that you make in their versus like maybe the team around them is not as they don't understand as much who we are and what we do.
Who is your inspiration, Renita? Can you tell me about that?
To be honest, like it might sound strange, but it truly is my fiance, Richie. His dedication, his passion for chiropractic is unbelievable. People who I know, I truly don't know anyone as dedicated as he is. From the mentors or from the seminars where I've been, he's at the level literally of the people who are who have dedicated their life to chiropractic. He truly listens to and listens to different videos, podcasts, and literally like old videos back from the 1900s of the
Like Bijan and like Reggie Gold and all the legends.
leadership column then listening to them, reading their books. I truly think that he's dedicated like thousands of hours in those 4 years, for the self-development and for reading about Harari. He like maybe he reads something, he comes home and he's like we're having dinner and he's telling me all about it with his passion. And it really, like it's the mirror neurons, like, the person who you're with, you also become. So I say that he like the fact that we're both very passionate about. I say that I'm one of the most passionate people, right? Yeah.
Literally. And it's like, wow, because your certainty is like you just graduated and you're like, yeah, your certainty is like you know what you're doing. For those who don't know, like when we came out, we don't even know what it is, what we're doing. So
But he truly has much more. So I would actually say that this like his certainty is something that maybe, let's be honest, I think that all of us as chiropractors we have at our difficult times, our doubts, are we doing the right thing? So I think when I've been in those moments, having someone literally next to you who lifts you up, who brings you back to be certain of what you do, I'm sure it's just very, very great.
and then in return, you also inspire the next generation, like me per se, and many, many people. I'm sure athletes or like just people that you help. It's just a multiply ripple effect that you're doing. So just know that you're good at what you do. What is one misconception or myth? What you saying?
You make flush.
A little, really though. I like just truly appreciate. It's not just the recording. I was just like, I know I keep mentioning to you, but I just wanted you to know that how much I appreciate in terms of how much you've impacted me at least. I'm gonna put a photo of us taking when we did the observation with you outside. I still have the photo, so I'm gonna put it up.
3 years ago, wasn't it?
It was 3 years ago. Yeah, I mean like we're getting kind of old, but yeah. What is one misconception or myth about your field that drives you crazy? Sports chiropractic or like chiropractic in Italy or Estonia or whatever.
I think it's the fact that people think that just crack them back. Oh my God. I truly don't know what to do with this. I think sometimes I feel like we can't do anything because it's all like Also, if you look at the social media, it's all about crack, 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 crack. Everyone is just speaking about cracks, feeling the cracks, and so on. But it's not hard. It's not just not cracking. It's called adjustments. We are with the spine. We are adding the mobility into the spine. We are taking away the interference from the nerves. Because if the spine is not moving, if the joints are not moving the way they're supposed to move, it is causing an interference for the nerves. And if the nerves have their interference, then they're not able to innervate the body at 100%. So the body is not functioning at 100%. So this is something that I'm really trying to do in my practice as well, to speak as much. Like, I don't want to educate them too much that they would think that I'm crazy, but I'm trying to educate them. But because, the problem is also the chiropractors themselves call it a crack. Like, it's not just that the rest of the world thinks that we're cracking the back, but the amount of times when I'm working maybe at international events, obviously the teams are big, so there are many chiropractors from different places. And when I hear that after an adjustment, a doctor says to the athlete, "Oh, that's crack." Jeez, we really have to be careful with our words because, like, it is an adjustment. It is something amazing. It is something beautiful. It is something that really changes the life of people. And if we make it just a random, straightforward crack, then it really loses its value. And I am really worried for the profession and the fact that maybe there are people who are not doctors themselves who don't value as much what we do.
Yeah, it's more on this is more on the misinformation in terms of what, to be fair, it's what the profession gave in a way. And then people will be, oh, it's because this is this, and then they expect just cracks and all these different things, which is just not good.
Yeah, exactly. Very often patients think that the louder it is, the better.
Oh yeah,
Trees not as specific as
yes, the specificity.
exactly.
Yeah,
3 languages in my head.
it's more on also like for our duty to educate and provide the right information to the clients, to the people we take care of, because as much as people likes like ASMR and everything, but there's also another side people that say, oh, this is like so dangerous, I don't want to do that. And then it's our duty to educate, like, oh, not do this, we're just specific. We want to make sure that we adjust where we need to and leave it alone if we don't have to, and just let the body do the recovery and do the expressing life fully. It's our job over there.
Yeah. The public just really has to understand how deep is the chiropractic. And I think that people really need to be strong with the philosophy. Like, I would here in my life again plays a very big role Fabrizio, that he's so strong with his philosophy, which has really made
Yes.
things well.
What is the most interesting or complex case you've dealt with so far, if you have any, that you'd like to share with us, Dr. Renita?
One case that pops into my mind, it's actually has passed 2 years now. It was because the thing is, like, for me, because after having listened to all the Richie Cole, DJ Palmer, nowadays Tim Young and so on, like listening to all of those very, very big figures speaking of their cases, their interesting cases, and when they speak about the very, very big, very the ones that are miracles, and like when I'm thinking of my cases, just solving someone's migraines that they haven't slept. Now that something popped into my head, that there was this one lady who she told me that she basically hadn't slept for 9 years. I don't know how it's possible because she was having so bad migraines. And after the first adjustment, adjusting their atlas on the right side, and the next day she came back and she was crying because she was so happy because she was able to sleep. She told me that it was the first night that she didn't wake up even once because of the headache. So she woke up because of her alarm, and it had not happened for 9 years. But like this, after having listened to all the miracle stories, it doesn't seem as big as such. So But it is, of course it is. In the end of the day, it is like I think that every case is super, super important, super, just changing the life of people.
It's like, I think like even the cases that you've heard from legends, you've heard about Reginald, Sid Williams, and everyone, or Tim Young, they were talking about like the baby was crying, and I was like, there's no oxygen, it's blue, and then make the adjustment where I need to, and then the baby just like smiled and just sleep through the whole night. It's just
Exactly.
we're gonna compare that, but as you also understand, like everyone in front of us, it's amazing how you impact this person, and then impacts the family, impacts the community, and or that lady having migraine and haven't been sleeping well for 10 years, 9 years, and you just change people's life.
Absolutely.
That's interesting.
Another case that I actually wanted to tell you was it 2 years ago. And that was at the World Championships of Powerlifting. So there was this one powerlifter, actually world record owner of bench press. He's, I don't know how much his bench press right now, but back then, he bench pressing 270 kilograms, 271.5, I think it was. Oh, that's a lot to bench. So he came to me with shoulder pain in the beginning of the week. His competition was on Friday, and he came on Monday to me. So every day I was treating him. What is the beauty of chiropractic that I always say is that very often someone comes in with a shoulder pain, but that does not mean that the issue is here. It's not that the body is there. It might be that there's just an interference coming from somewhere else. So basically, what I did, I adjusted him. I adjusted his spine, so I adjusted his neck, his thoracic, and his pelvis. And by the day of the competition, he was fine. He was able to compete very well. But then he tried to do the new world record of bench press.
Yes.
And something happened, like he unbalanced here in the breast. So it's like they move like this. He hurt his shoulder again. And how it works in powerlifting is that the first discipline that they do is squat, then it's bench press, and then it is deadlift. And that is the third try of the deadlift. So he had finished with it. Sorry, that was the third try of the bench press. So he had finished with the bench press, but he hurt his shoulder. So that might he went for his first try of deadlift. From the videos, it's actually seeing how he's doing like this. Like it's seeing that he has a lot of shoulder pain, and he did the deadlift with a very low weight. He went for his second try, and again, I was such a low weight. He was having so much pain. And he managed to, if I'm not wrong, I think it was that he managed to raise the weight between the try and second try only by 10 kilograms. And usually they raise it by a lot. Then once he had done his second try, I told him, like, let me quickly check you. So I was there, like, it was very because he was in the warm-up area. I was easy, pull up different athletes. He was just sitting there at the same time speaking with the coach. And I was like, okay, let's be in the moment now for a second. Well, found that he says, C5 was very blocked. So I adjusted it. Like we did the muscle testing before. Shoulder was super weak, very thin, couldn't able to move it. I did this one adjustment. So I got the bone moving again, the joint moving again, and we did the try again, and he was fine. Like he didn't have any pain, and he was just like, that's my doctor. And then he went for the third try. So the last try, the deadlift. And he increased the weight by more than 25 kilograms. He put his personal best weight on it. And what was super cool was that the speakers who usually speak in the competitions said like the range of the previous weight was 10 kilograms. Now he's raising by 25 kilograms. That's a very interesting. Oh, that is something unbelievable. Let's see the. And that was amazing. And then after that, he won the calls for the bench press and role. So he came to thank me, and he invited me to do be over there at the official photos with the flag and so on. So
Did he? Oh, that's so sweet.
and this is what I'm always saying. Whenever I adjust my patients, and when they come in, for example, with shoulder pain, I adjust their neck, and I do the test again to show them that the shoulder is better. And I always really emphasize the fact that, did you notice that I actually did not even touch your shoulder? I did not treat your shoulder. Your shoulder got better just by me adjusting your neck. No. Yeah. And this is what actually makes them understand that, okay, yeah, the spine, the nerves, right with the body. Yeah, they are connected. So it's really like, rather than educating them that we're sitting down and I'm taking the advice, Kevin on, it's more about showing like the real
Yes. And you relate to, like, you show them in terms of like before and after and explain like what's going on with the spine and everything. What is one mindset shift that has changed your perspective on health and or life, if there's any?
the power that made the body.
His body.
Once I understood this, I think my certainty got much better. I definitely have not arrived with my certainty yet. Like, I'm honest. I don't. But my certainty got much, much, much stronger once I realized that actually, truly, the innate intelligence really knows about more than we do. Like Tim Young has said, that innate intelligence knows what to do in 1.0 seconds versus you. In 1.0 seconds, it knows more than you would know after studying for a lifetime. So we really just need to trust our adjustments. We really need to trust our bodies, the bodies of our patients, that they know what to do in order to heal. So maybe also not to do too much, because when you were shadowing me, I'd be thinking back to it, because that was 1 year after graduating. I think I was doing way too much, because it's as a treatment like me, way very cheap. So actually, it's even better to remove the remove the primary restrictions, the primary problems, and then let the body do the work, let the body do the healing. You don't have to adjust, neither take, like, all the copying, everything. Just the innate is just going to get into and
It's like, what's going on? And it's like, because you do it too much.
exactly. So
Yeah, I think like when I was shadowing you also, you're already doing a lot of muscle testing though, I think, when I was shadowing you. And then you're like, I think it's the same as what you always do. Like, you check and then you check and see where's the potential stabilization. And then after that you adjust and then you check again. And I was like, wow, it's like, that's not something that it was taught in uni. And then I was like, what's this? And then you were like, you were sharing your knowledge. You were like, oh, I was like, okay. I was like, so that was my impression in terms of how you're practicing. And I'm assuming like everyone will continue to improve with our experience and learning more. And you think that a lot has changed since when I last observed you, and like till now, 3 years later, much has changed.
yes, 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 yes. I know I have changed a lot. I think in July, what is a bit of a pity that we didn't get much philosophy taught. Once I graduated, I had no idea what would you call it, or
But I think it's more on, because now what are you studying at the moment, or what are you focusing on at the moment then, Dr. Renita?
right now in this moment, I'm really working on philosophy. Yeah, it's been now for the last 1 year. I'm working a lot with my philosophy and like my certainty. And it actually, I have to be honest, like, it came to me as a surprise that you told me, like, really in the beginning, you said back then 3 years ago, you saw me and I was so certain. Like, you mentioned the word certainty. And this is something I'm really working right now, because I feel as if I'm lacking it. So I'm very surprised when you told me that.
It wasn't only me that said it. One of the sports therapists was also saying that also, and I was like, yeah, actually, Dr. Renita was like super passionate. And then back I was a graduate, so do you not think that you were that certain?
I was definitely very, like, I think passionate. I think they're two, and maybe a little bit. So I think I've always been very, very passionate. I've always really loved my job. I think think now thinking of it, it might feel like you're like, graduate, you think you know everything, and then you more learn, the more you know. So, but yeah, like the certainty and the confidence are two things I'm really working on. Like right now, for example, I'm reading the book 36 by the review is very, very good. This one,
Yeah.
I'm very amused.
Is there any resources that you would point to us in terms of what do you think will be great?
So, for example, the same book, 33 Cold by David Series, it's very, very good. Other book that I read that is very, very good is Change the Way You Look at Things, and the things you look at would change.
Oh, was it with Dwayne Wire?
Yeah. Renita.
Dwayne Wire, yeah, let's go. I'm aware with the timing now. I know that you're super busy back in your practice at the moment, changing lives. Is there any last words you like to leave with the listener, or anything you like to share? Anything like I didn't ask, but you like to share with us?
It's I think I kind of got a flashback. I think that the words that I told you back then, like really believe in chiropractic because it works. Should I tell you this sentence?
Which one? Yes, actually, yes. Oh my
Yeah. Yeah. Like I literally got flashback just now. Yeah. So I remember that, you were shadowing me, and then in the end, you were asking me some questions, and I was just like, just really believe that the chiropractic works. Just then I don't trust it that it works. And it really works. It really works. Like we all might have our ups, our downs with our surgery and with our confidence, but our patients, the results that we get with our patients, they really show the fact that it does work.
Yeah.
Like you can actually see it as soon as you adjust someone, as soon as you remove the interference from the spine, from the nerves, you see that the body just changes.
Yeah, the innate intelligence knows more than us.
Yeah. And really get good with your adjustment with your hands, because we are chiropractors, and call it an adjustment. It is an adjustment. Like it's not manipulation. It's not scratching. It's an adjust chiropractors.
We need to use the words instead of randomly replacing with like non-specific terms, and
Yeah,
it's just something has done.
exactly. And we can help everyone. Like I think this is one thing that I've never done actually. The one thing that I've never done, I never told the patient that I can't help you. Of course, there have been a lot of cases that you have to refer out, but you're always able to help the patient with your hands as well. So now, whichever crazy case you had, whichever difficult case you had, it also people with some very severe illness, still follow them. You can't cure everyone's illness, sure, but you can still adjust people, and you can still help them in many, many different ways. So don't be scared to say yes. Don't be scared to adjust.
Yeah, it's not more knowing what we do, isn't it? Because we make sure that the nerve and the body functions properly without interference, and we're not treating anything. We're just making sure that the body is functioning at its very best, and we know that the body is way better without interference than with it. And that's why we can say that, yes, I can help to make sure there's no interference.
Exactly. So trust chiropractic and trust innate intelligence, and you're gonna make a change in the world. Let's save this world one spine at a time.
Woof!
That's good then. Well, it's a really good finish of that. And I'll put all the information in terms of how to find you. We'll be speaking soon. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Renita, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Dr. Kelly. It was so nice to see you. Stage. I hope we're gonna see each other soon also.
Hopefully, Jay. See you then. All the best. We'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.